friends, it's me, Danibuttons, and I'm finally back for part 2 of our watercolor with me video. I'm so sorry this took so long. That's the problem with me in watercolor. It's like a production compared to other mediums because I need space, I need my water cup, I need all this, and I need all that. And yeah, I have to be a little more organized. But this is what we got done in part 1. A lot of background stuff, but I still think it looks fun. We're finishing the picture today. It might be in speed color, but we're going to do our best. And I'm going to do some more fun stuff instead of just background. That's always exciting. Yeah, a rundown in case you missed part 1. You should definitely check it out. But we are working in Romantic Country, The Second Tale by Cherie. And it's this trick-or-treat page. I use this. The water does not go through. I more so use the backer page to see where the edges of the page are, because sometimes if the page folds up a little bit, you don't want to get it on the next one. That's really all I need it for. I use my watercolors. This is 4 different sets of Prima marketing watercolors, and then I bought this container to put them all in. That's the color we mixed last time. As you can see, I just leave it right in there. Watercolor is really easy to clean if I did need to though, but now if I ever need a similar color, I kind of have my base going already, and there's so many spots that that's what I usually do. But if I ever do want to clean it, you just kind of wet it down and wipe it off. So that works nicely. And I have this sticker from Danibuttons. I've got some serious inking to do. I thought it was perfect for my watercolor palette. I am also using my brush, my Kuretake water brush. It's crusty and musty and I need a new one, but that's it for now. And my also crusty musty water cup with my, oh my goodness, what are you called? Help, give me the word for it. I don't remember, but it's the brush cleaner. It has a name, but I think a lot of these things should be linked down below. I have like a Amazon storefront that I'm just realizing I can use, and basically it will like link all of my constant supply favorites, and then that way when I do videos I only have to link the books, and that just seems easier. So you can always check that out down below. So yes, part 2. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about because my plan was to talk about the corn maze, because I talked about, we were going to it in part 1, and I was like, okay, well, I'll do part 2 after we go, and then I'll have something to talk about, but I think I've filmed like 3 other videos since then, so, oops. I don't have a plan. And also, I unfortunately have to reach across because that's the only negative I found so far about having all of the palettes together. It was much easier to like hold the palette when it was just 1 set of 10, but now that it's like 40 paints, it can be difficult. I'm gonna start with some pumpkins. Let's get some more color onto this. Yeah, I love mixing my own colors, but how shall I do that for these pumpkins? I think I'm gonna coat them in a light orange, and then I'm gonna put a little darker orange on the edges. So that is the plan. Let's see how that works out. Also, me and Noodles are home alone, so hopefully the barking will be at a minimum, but who knows with her. Mail could come by, garbage, leaf people. It's a mystery. So when you're layering, like I'm gonna put the extra color, you wanna try to wait for this whole layer to dry before you move on to the next layer, because that will help keep your papers from getting incredibly overwhelmed. Also, I got some questions on the last video about Amazon paper, and I think I have colored on it before, but I don't know if I ever have on a video, so I might do that in the future. And watercolor on Amazon paper. Overall, it's not impossible, but that paper will definitely get crinkly. There's no avoiding the crinkle. So this paper, if you're light enough, it doesn't get too crinkly, but that will. So we shall see. I love watercolor because of all the mixing. I think I'm saying things that I said in the first video, so I apologize for that. But hey, at this point, it's been a while, so maybe you don't remember I said all of these things. But I just love that you can mix and get whatever tones that you want. And it's so versatile because this is a double-sided book and it's working just fine. Oh, I think I was going to do that too. I don't know if you can see, but nothing has gone through. Hopefully you can see at the end. I'll like completely hold it up and show you. But we had no issues with any bleed through or anything. I don't think there's even any player that got close. So, yes. So how's everybody doing? What's everyone up to? Right now it is Monday the 11th. Sam is actually off from work. They have Columbus Day off, and he is, at the moment, he went to Best Buy with my dad. They're doing something with my dad's computer. So I was like, they were like, do you want to come? And I was like, no, it is time for me to film. I can avoid it no longer. I'm hoping to have a really big filming day, but I don't have high hopes. Honestly, I think I was talking myself into a sore throat the last few days, which, come on, amateur hour over here, what's going on? But hopefully we'll get to film a few videos today. I have at 1 o'clock, so potentially before this is even over, I have my new France surprise coming out, and I'm so excited. And I guess I can talk about it here too a little bit. I found a website, so all the details and whatever will be in that video, that you could buy the French Amazon books for essentially free shipping. The prices are a little bit marked up to cover the free shipping, but you can definitely like buy one book at a time instead of having to buy like a bunch to make it feel worth it. And I'm very excited. So I did a whole video about my discovery. So if you are into French Disney books, or you want to be into and never pulled the trigger yet, I recommend that video. Should be yesterday's, because hopefully this will be my Tuesday video. Fingers crossed. Also, as of filming, I'm 9 days away from Chicago. I'm so excited and I'm freaking out. Just of traveling, not of like what we're gonna do when we're there. That's what's been so funny, because both Emily and I are like, I'm freaking out. And we're both like, we're excited to go and like see each other, but it's just, new things are scary. So it's funny. I think it's funny. I'm like, I'm just an anxious person. It's nothing personal. So I might also today attempt to pack my coloring supplies, and I'm going to film that too. I had some requests to show what I'm bringing. It's hard because that's like the worst part of this packing experience, because I want to bring everything and I can't tell what I'll actually color, because I feel like in general, I always bring coloring books on every trip I go to. Usually I bring maybe 1 or 2. And I almost never actually color in them, because I feel like when you're hanging out with people, you don't necessarily want to be coloring. But Emily also colors. So if we both are like chatting and coloring, neither one of us will be like, wow, you're being really rude. So I feel like I might actually get a lot of coloring done, and I am excited. And I always get to the airport excessively early, so there'll be time there. And like in the plane itself, I might try to do some, there she's barking. In the plane, noodles! In the plane itself, I might try to do some one-color coloring books. We will see. The possibilities are endless. This is the barking I hate, when it's just like super lazy barking. So like, is there something out there to worry about, or are you just barking to bark? This barking kind of feels like there's somebody 3 to 4 houses down just living their own life. Okay, so that is our base coat. I'm going to go to my little darker orange and see what happens here. I might not really need very much of this. Yeah, this one's going to be extra dark because it's the first one. But overall, I'll just like kind of dip it in and spread it out. And it'll get lighter as I do more pumpkins, which will be good because it's kind of like self-blending. And again, I might not even need to do this at all, Because even like on this pumpkin, you could see I had more paint, so that's darker than that. So this might be unnecessary. But I just kind of keep smushing my brush around until it's blended to my liking. Sometimes that means covering the entire thing. Who knows? See, it's like lazy barking. Like, either bark or don't bark, ma'am. But yeah, when I'm doing this, I always start from the edges and wherever I think I will want shadows, I guess, since I'm using a darker color. Bark, bark, bark. We know. That might be all I need to do. So obviously there's a few like specialty pumpkins that I'll see what I do. And I might do this guy in green. I'm gonna pause and investigate. It was an Amazon truck. I don't think it's for me, but I guess we will find out later. I'm on the second floor, so I avoid checking if I don't think it's for me. But yes, I'm supposed to get so much Amazon mail tomorrow. I'm very excited. So that's that. I'm gonna do, probably foolishly, the ground next. I don't know. I love doing the background before the details. So I'm thinking, I'm kind of like, we're kind of going with this color scheme here, intentional or not. So I think I'm going to do some Golden Glow from our vintage pastel palettes. And I might make it a little bit browner, but it might actually be good as it is. So let's start and see what happens here. So I'm thinking, or the vibe is supposed to be like dirt, straw. And I realized this is our goose from all the other pages. I can't remember her name right now, and it's in the front of the book. But she's on all the pages, and there she is. So that's kind of funny, and I just noticed that. So for the ground, obviously it is very textured. So if you were wanting to do like different shadowing, they kind of give you where you should be doing it. But I don't even know if I'm going to. We're going to see what happens if I just paint straight. So, but yeah, it was Amazon. I was hoping it was for me, but it was not, I don't think. I have so many things coming tomorrow. I have officially, like, full swing started Christmas shopping, and like 10 things are coming tomorrow. So hopefully they're all coming in like minimal packaging, but we'll see. Because that's what they always tell me is they're like, oh, do you want to wait until your Amazon Prime Day so there's minimal packaging? And I'm like, okay, I will wait this whole week if you don't give me 78 boxes. But then you know that they're going to give me 78 boxes. So we'll see. But luckily, like, we recycle, so I'm not too worried. It is a little frustrating, but we'll see how it goes. I actually need a package or two to be able to send a package or two. So we will see how it goes. Yeah, see, so I'm just gonna run right off the edge with my brush, because I have that mat under there. I've never really tried to do a page in a color scheme like this, the whole page. So we'll see if I continue like this or I bring pops of color. Maybe I'll do like basically an entirely neutral background and then make the kids be the pops of color. I don't know. We'll have to see soon. You'll see as I decide. But yeah, my neighbor across the street probably rivals me in the amount of Amazon packages that she gets. And I'm jealous because I'm always like, ooh, it's for me, and it's never for me. Well, obviously it's sometimes for me, but it's not for me as much as I wish it was. But it's funny because I'm like, packages? And my dad's like, are you expecting something? And I'm like, no. So it's like, so why would it be a package? I don't know. It could happen. I actually had to write a list of all the places I ordered from because it's immense. I'm trying to spread it out a little bit and not just do Amazon, but we will see. I'm very excited for my birthday. I convinced my dad to get me a new Spirit jersey from Disney store. So I'm very excited for that because I love the Spirit jerseys. And it's a 50th anniversary one. And usually I try to avoid things that have years on them, but I thought this was a good exception. It seems like an appropriate one. Also, you can see down here I'm getting wiggly paper because I'm really going for it. It's such a large area that I'm not being too careful. So yes, the paper will be wiggly, but no, there is no bleed through still. So, and it will dry down and squish down. And again, at this point, especially in this book, for whatever reason, this volume is my least favorite of the three. There are still some amazing pictures in here, but I don't tend to grab to this as much. So I would much rather get any pages done in here than just avoid it. That's really what helped me get back into adult coloring, is when I realized that my intention didn't have to be to color every single page in every single book. Like, I could just color the ones I liked, and you're getting your worth out of the book, even if you're not coloring every single page, and that definitely helped me. Definitely helped me grow my collection. That's for sure. Trying to make it through this last little section without adding even more water. Yeah, I keep having to clear my throat, and I'm like, that's obnoxious, so I apologize. I think I'm gonna add a darker brown into all these little splotches, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna do that because why not? So do we have a brown? Should I do terracotta again? Yeah. Let's look at the Decadent Pies. Whoa, I have all my little cheat sheets. Pumpkin maybe looks brown. So I'm just going to add a tiny little bit into all of these areas. It's very insignificant difference, but I think overall it'll feel different. And then we'll wait a little bit for this area to dry while we make our next color choices. But can you tell the difference? Is this helping? Hopefully you're all in screen. That's always a fear. Yeah, so I have 9 days to go, and I'm trying to figure out what to pack, and I'm excited and nervous about what to pack. Because I don't know. Like, I think I might actually get coloring done, but like coloring supplies are heavy. I'm gonna try to do this white mocha, which I think is just white glitter. And I'm gonna try to do it on my ghost to see if it's actually white glitter or not. I don't know if this is gonna pop up on camera at all. It's very faint, even in person, to the point where I'm like, am I actually doing it? I don't know, but I'll try some more. Sam. Apparently, Sam got a new keyboard while he is at Best Buy with my dad. His keyboard, like the A button, stopped working. And he's like, I might need a new keyboard. And I was like, oh, perfect. Put it on your Christmas wish list, because he doesn't ever have anything on his wish list. I was like, that'll help everyone with ideas. And he's like, no, like, I can't send emails at work. And I was like, okay, get one now. Good idea. So I guess he got one. All right, I'm going to use, I need a brown. I'm going to just do the darker of the two browns for our window frames. and go from there. Hopefully this is dry enough. And again, I excuse my arms. I just gotta do what I gotta do here to get to that area, so. I think they're almost back already. I wanted to get through at least this video. Is that actually what's going on here? I don't know if this is actual windowsill or this is like inside, but it's windowsill now. Ooh, this randomly popped into my head. Does anybody still watch Masked Singer? I watch with my 2 cousins and their friend. Well, I suppose she is my friend now too, but I met her through them. So do you do that? I never know what to do with stuff like that. To be like, oh, it's their friend. But it's like, no, I've known her for years. And I guess we don't hang out without my cousins. So I guess it's still their friend. You let me know. That seems weird. But we watch all together, obviously, and we have a spreadsheet where we all type in our guesses and clues, and that has made it so much more fun. I feel like I started getting really bored. If you don't know, Masked Singer is a reality singing competition on Fox that is celebrities in crazy costumes, and then you have to guess who they are. So it's like a singing competition, and some of them are good singers and some of them are not, but they give you clues to guess who they are, and it's like the idea for us at home is to figure it out, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. So I think this is like season 5 or 6 already. All right, sorry, I'm gonna do one more time out to talk about this. I think I'm gonna mix brown and gray to make a brick color. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna do some mixing on the side, so. Yes, so this is like the 5th or 6th season, and I was starting to get kind of bored with it because I'm not very good at celebrities. Like, I really just don't keep up with anybody. So I wasn't knowing anything, and it was annoying because my cousins, one of them is really good at like celebrity news, and then the other one is really good at singing. So she just like can tell people's voices easily. So I was like, I don't know why I'm here. And again, if you watch the show, I basically felt like the Ken because I was just wildly guessing and they were like actually thinking things out. But this year, since we can like type down all the clues and stuff, I'm missing a lot less. And now I'm like participating again. So I feel pretty good about that. And I think I got some people, I think I got a good one this year, and I figured somebody out. Because usually we all like figure 1 or 2 people out. And I'm going to spoil a previous season. So this is not this year, but the year that it was Wayne Brady, I figured him out like the first week. And I was like, yeah. I was very impressed. And that was like my big win of the whole whenever we watch. So I'm just mixing my color off to the side. So I think I got a good one this year, but we will have to find out as they are revealed. They keep changing the format every year, I guess, to like keep it interesting. But I sometimes feel like it's almost just frustrating because it's like, what's going on this year? I have no idea. Also, I have tons of paint on my brush because I was just mixing. So I'm just kind of like going to go around the whole area and do different dark spots. Because as we use it, the paint will get less and less intense. So if I just have lots of different spots. Ooh, I might also do this inside in the same color. Who knows? We're winging it. But this is my brown and gray mixture. So yeah, so we've been watching that, and that's on Wednesday nights, and it's much more fun to me now that we're doing the spreadsheet. So, and we also always, like, the host is Nick Cannon, and he always wears crazy outfits. So for like the first 2 seasons, he always wore like a turban head wrap. So every single week before the show would start, we would all make our guesses what color it would be. But he doesn't seem to be wearing it as much anymore. But he wears like crazy sparkle shoes, and he wears like capes sometimes. Sometimes he'll wear his own masks, and it's a weird and fun time. So as you can see, in some places, I'm just kind of pulling the color and not really worrying to go brick by brick. You definitely could go brick by brick to get more definition, but this also works, so. And we have about 5 or 6 minutes left before the speed. I don't really know where I'm going with this picture is the problem here, so uh-oh. I'm about to have to dip my brush again. So I think you can tell that like the places I put the dark color down are staying darker, which is nice. Dip in the brush. I'm gonna go back to my inner ring first. Actually, I'll do maybe a few more. This is not gonna be as dark and crazy because now my whole brush isn't covered because I was mixing before. That's what got it extra crazy. But yes, so let me know if you watch The Masked Singer, and then if you do, maybe we can talk theories about people. I got one, and I'm proud of myself. So my cousin's goal is always to get all of them. Like, she doesn't want anybody to be unmasked unless we know who they are. So it's always hard because in the very beginning of the season, like sometimes they'll go home on the first day. And obviously that doesn't give us much chance to guess them. So, but now they like started implemented that the judges do the golden ear, I think they call it. So they have to guess based on the very first performance. And then like, so that's like their initial gut reaction. So now that we have the document, that's what we're doing too. And my cousin's like, this is too much pressure. I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, that's why it's just fun, because it doesn't matter how crazy wrong you are. Because nobody knows. But I always wonder how much they're fibbing, the judges, because a lot of the times they'll be like, I have no idea, I have no idea. And then they'll be like, okay, well, this guy's going home. And then they'll all get it right. And I'm like, really? You had no idea? Or you just didn't want to tell us to ruin the television? So I'm very suspicious of them, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's do something fun before our time is up. I'm gonna do these guys as corn, and I enjoy corn, so I think that's fun. So I'm gonna actually take a darker yellow, I think. Maybe I will go back to my Golden Glow from the vintage palette. This seems to be my palette of choice for this whole page. And I'm gonna do the corn, and then we'll do some green for our corn arms, leaves, cob. What is it called? Husk. I got there eventually. New nail polish, by the way, since my last video. This is Cheap Champagne by Hollow Taco. I love it. This was last year's Christmas collection, I think. That was the only, or at least the first collection I bought the whole thing. So far I've only done it with this, and then I just kind of pick and choose what I want from the collections. But these ones were too good to pass any of them up. I'm not trying to show them off, by the way. This is just how I'm holding my hand at this point. So. There we go. And then, I guess, should we stay in this color room? No, I'm gonna do key lime, the green from my Decadent Pies, because I was going to do the vintage green, but I think that's going to be too light overall. I probably could have mixed them together. I'm not sure if you can see any of this because I am down in the crack. But it's hard to like hold everything down. I'll try. But then my hand looks like this and I don't want you to make fun of me. Corn husk though. Ooh, I don't remember if I talked about this on video. I feel like I did, but I don't know. Our local ice cream shop had corn ice cream and it was so good. And I found out that our local donut shop had corn donuts and I didn't get one and I'm saddened, but hopefully they'll have them for a while. Corn donuts, delicious. I love corn. It's definitely my favorite vegetable and I'll eat it with anything. Yeah, the corn ice cream, like there were literal kernels of corn in the ice cream. It was very jarring, but I loved it. And then Sam tried it and he's like, oh no, this is just corn. This is not good. And I was like, it's delicious. You're right. It is just corn. So that's my corn story. And it's funny because like I'm an okay fan of popcorn, but I definitely have to be like in the mood for popcorn. But I love regular corn. I think I just always choke on popcorn. I don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot eat popcorn safely. Like at least once every experience with popcorn, there's some like noises. So I'm actually really liking bringing this green in. I think I'm going to do all of the stems of our pumpkins in the same green. I needed this color. I don't know what this is under there, so I'm going to ignore it for now and just do green stems. Right in the crack again. Like, what is this? It's like a necklace for that pumpkin. I don't know. All right, one more. What are we up to? 20 minutes. So we're at about 30, 31. We'll do a tiny bit more. I think what I want to do, I want the window to look mostly like glass. I don't know. The window's going to be hard. So let's do some stone gray bats. And I'm just using the one color. No mixing here. It's probably a little darker than I wanted it to be, but by the time I get to the smallest bat, it should be lighter. I'm actually going to do their wings darker, and then I'll just go back with their heads. So you see how watercolor like shades for me because I'm just going to not dunk my brush again. And so now they're all different colors. Beautiful. And again, if I really was upset with how dark this was, you could definitely wait for it to dry and then pick some of that back up. What else can I do real quick? Should this all be in that same brown? Probably. That makes sense. And maybe that. I think I'm going to do a lot more brown. So that being said, I think it's time for speed coloring. Hopefully this gave you a good idea of some of the different things I do. Most of it is just straight coloring. And again, I just try around edges of things to put my brush down first to make that area a little darker to like pre-shade. And then I'll keep centers whiter overall. But yeah, I'm going to speed color and then I will come back and show you the final result and we'll chat through it. So ready, go. Did it all done. Yeah. Okay, so if you know me, you know I hate details. So technically, like the hat I didn't do, there's tiny bits. I did actually do like the sparkle on the ghost and the skeleton, but this is it. I really like how it came out. This is the closest to like a neutral color palette that I really ever do. So I kind of thought it made sense for the whole house to be neutral and then the kids to stand out because obviously they're just trick-or-treating. They don't have to match the house. So I made this little devil, and I guess it's like an animal of some sort in an overcoat. I don't know. But I gave him a green pail to stand out. I really do like it. I think it was fun. I did good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this come to life, and you will try out watercolor in the future in your coloring books. It's, again, like I've said, one of my favorite mediums because you can totally customize your colors. Oh, and let me show you the back. Hold on. See if I can get some stuff out my way. No bleed through at all. Again, it is a little crinkly, but especially really the bigger areas get crinkly because I get lazy and I just go crazy and put lots of water. But overall, it's not too bad. Most of it will flatten right out with the book being closed. And it won't affect the backs because, again, like you saw, no bleed through anywhere. And yes, so that is it. That is my finished page. I really like it. I'm so happy to finally have another Eerie page done. She is one of my favorite illustrators, but it has been a long while since I've braved a page in here. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, let's say wagon. I don't think we've said that before. Sometimes, especially when I'm doing like the same seasonal books, the same words keep popping up. So I wonder if these are flowers and not corn. Oh no, mine are corn. So yes, like this video, comment anything you want to comment down below, including our secret word, wagon. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and I'll be back again with something new very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, friends.